show going, man.
Hurry up, hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Hurry up!
Come on now. We're gonna have action too. Right here. It ain't going nowhere. Well, yeah, you got some change. But you ain't show me that, big fella. Hey, Wildcat.
Ball at the 5, 3rd down and 2.
That was bad.
Let's go have some fun, bro. We ain't got to talk about too much.
He wants to play the ball.
It's holding.
Clip. The clip. How is that not called?
Somebody gonna call a damn thing.
What is the delay for? He's standing right there.
He's taking a card out. He's a piece of paper.
It's that close? Dear Lord.
Hello and welcome. We are the Aussie guys. I'm AJ. Here with me is G. How are you, G?
I'm good. This week one's done in the books. Sat down, spent 3 nights watching football games.
But it's been fun, hasn't it? Come on.
It's been great.
It's been great.
The first week's fantastic.
Yep.
In that, you're looking at what the rookies are doing, the guys that you like.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yep.
We will get to that. Some of the, I tell you about some of the uniforms I saw this weekend. I hope I don't see them again.
Yep. Not a fan of the Rams one.
The Rams is terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, that was... When I first started watching, I'm looking at, are they transparent? Do you know what I mean? Like if you see someone that really shouldn't be wearing leggings, or if you're going to wear leggings, maybe don't actually think that you're actually, 2 or 3, maybe 4 sizes smaller than you actually are. And when you put them on, but yeah, they were terrible. They weren't white. They were like they hadn't been washed. It's like they were really old, really old white, and they've been used that often. We can't get them white anymore.
And I'm not a fan of the blue. I'm not a fan of that blue.
Oh, I didn't mind the helmets.
Okay.
I must admit.
Okay.
I didn't mind the brightness of the helmet.
Yeah, it's like a fluorescent blue.
Yeah, I didn't mind it that much. I didn't like the numbers, how they're all shiny.
Yeah.
They look terrible. Except for the helmet. The helmet I didn't mind, but the uniforms themselves, and another uniform that I thought looked horrendous was your Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, my God, the white with the yellow and the blue.
Yeah, nah.
I'm pretty sure, I was trying to think, I reckon my grandmother used to make a cake with those colours involved in it. Or you could buy one of those ice cream cakes. The ice cream cakes you can buy?
Yeah. Actually.
And the 3 layers?
Yes.
There's one I reckon that's exactly those colours. It was a horrendous looking. Like they had, how many uniforms did they have at the start of the year? Was it about, they put like 6 or 7 up.
Yes.
And I think we spoke about this when they put them out.
This might be the worst. It might be the worst of them.
I reckon that was the worst one
Yeah. And look, I wouldn't mind buying one of these new look Charger ones. Like the best ones looked good.
Yes, they look great.
Yeah.
I think they had 7. I think I personally, I probably only liked the 3 of them.
Yep.
I've always been a bit of a fan of the all one colour. The Falcons ones look good.
Yeah.
Except for the font. Can't stand the font. Like the one looks like a 7.
Right.
It's just a terrible font. But it was interesting to see all that. And yeah, like we'll talk about with how the rookies went and guys that we watched and guys that we liked and we thought were going to have, could they be something? How much playing time were they going to get? And it was a good first week to sit down and watch the game. Some of them I started to nod off.
Yes.
The Tennessee game
being
one of them.
Yeah.
I found I started to come on, let's just get this game over and done with, and I can move on and watch something else. The Bears-Lions game was a little bit that way until like the last quarter. It picked up. Oh, my God, they're going to lose this, and they did.
Yeah.
I
mean, in fairness, it's obvious that they haven't had a preseason.
Yes.
You could.
They did. Some of them look slow.
Yeah, they did.
Like, I thought the Cowboys looked... I thought, Zeke, dude, what are you doing? You realise this is... The season started.
Yeah. And, with respect to Paddy, there were some of his that were just like not quite on the mark,
Oh, look, there was a lot of. You go look at Brady. Brady was throwing balls I haven't seen Brady throw before.
Yeah.
Like I could have sworn he was passing the ball, and they said, "Oh, he's just throwing that away." I don't know if he was throwing that away.
No,
back shoulder passes to the inside instead of the outside. Very un-Brady like.
Yes.
But yeah, look, it's going to probably take them, a couple of weeks to settle into the season.
Now, on the topic of rookies. There are some rookies that out of the gate, and I wouldn't have expected it so quickly. There's some rookies that look good. Well, CEH, obviously, that was the kickoff game, and he looked fantastic.
I can't believe that people were talking about, got 6 carries.
The goal line.
On the goal line, and he didn't punch any of them in. But, mate, go have a look at the defense picked up. JJ Watt was just crashing, but he didn't get any sacks, but he disrupted the hell out of people all night.
Yep.
So and did he catch many balls? No, but if you go back and have a look at the game, there were plenty of times that he sort of just snuck out of the backfield and was open. But mate, if Patty Mahomes has got time, he's not even going to look at his running back. He's not that type of quarterback.
No.
He'd rather he goes, I'll get 30. I'll get 25. I'll get 20.
Yeah.
Why do I want to give 5 and hopefully he picks up some more? Mate, I can throw it down there quicker than he's going to run down there.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
So that's just what Patty's like, I think. So, but outside of that, mate, he was running through everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Another guy that we can talk about some under-the-radar guys, but obviously Joe Burrow, he looks the goods. Man.
Yeah, I haven't seen the
Thursday night
game.
He's good. That. He plays a good game.
But yeah, he made a few rookie mistakes.
Sure.
And it's going to happen. The game's quicker. But he's picking up really well. He looks very much at home.
Pretty poised, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty poised, and his numbers. I mean, they lost, but his numbers are great, and he just seems pretty cool, calm, and collected. And already, it sort of looks like they've got their quarterback of the future. There's almost no doubt. Didn't expect to see it this quickly. You always sort of see a bit of a, rookie struggle. Man, no, he looks the goods.
And some of them are still having it, in the second year. But I did like Baker Mayfield came out afterwards in the press conference, asked a question and about Joe Burrow, and he said, mate, the hype's real, and look, you've won a game, so you're always going to be more complimentary of when you win of your opposition.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think it's a lot of players wouldn't even do it anyway.
Mm.
I think he's right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Baker, if he had lost, he might have been a bit more salty.
Yeah, well, they usually are.
Yeah, they usually are.
I was playing hoops out in the backyard with Noah today, and our first to 10, and he did me in. So I was a bit salty for a while. So.
That's right.
But he did me easy too. 10-3 it was. It wasn't close.
Gee. Yeah, he's growing. He's quite. He's got a bit of height. He's got a bit of height on him.
He has, mate. Once he puts his sneakers on, he likes to always do the height comparison with a pair of sneakers on, though. That's okay. He only weighs about 35 kilos soaking wet, though.
But certainly other rookies who have looked good. We've seen some really positive glimpses from Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
We've seen some positive from J.K. Dobbins, although only in short, really goal line.
Well, we know we know he can score touchdowns.
Well, yeah, that's right. Laviska Shenault,
yes,
has looked good. I didn't get to see him in the first game, but saw some nice glimpses of T. Higgins yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched that game, so I'm interested to see how he goes.
I mean, a bit of competition. I mean, Tyler Boyd obviously had a really good game. AJ Green looked a little bit...
So underrated, mate. So underrated.
Man, AJ Green almost looks a bit cooked,
Yeah, that's not good. I started him yesterday too.
Yeah.
What I saw out of Cleveland against the Ravens, I thought, here we go. If AJ Green's going to score, if he's going to have a good day, it's going to be on Thursday night. But wasn't to be, unfortunately.
But I tell you, if the future of that team, obviously with Joe Burrow under centre, is Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins.
Yes.
Ooh, that could be bloody good. That could be explosive.
Yeah. That's exactly what the outside guy, T. Higgins, that field stretcher, and then you got Tyler Boyd, and just if you get an offensive line and maybe give Joe Mixon half a chance, would be great.
And quietly,
I'm just starting to think he should have just left.
Yeah,
just play his final year out and just go somewhere else.
I feel like that should have been
with that line.
Yes, and quietly in that game, one of our favourite players, he's a guy who just works hard at his game, and that's CJ Uzomah.
Oh, our boy,
Achilles.
Really?
Yeah. And he was having I think he's had a actually really good start to the season.
He has. He had a touchdown in that game.
Yeah, he did. And
I thought, here we go. We're going to bring him up on the show.
Yeah.
Achilles done.
And he's been a really good back of the roster kind of guy because I think people don't even think of him.
No, but he's just a cool name.
Yeah, that's right.
The way we pronounced it anyway.
That's right. But speaking of injuries, and we knew this year we suspected this year would be brutal because of no preseason and because obviously COVID. But we are already in week 2, kind of unrelated to COVID, but a rash of injuries. So some of the big names, and I'll miss some, but you tell me. So AJ Brown, Kenny Galladay, George Kittle, Miles Sanders is coming back. He was out last week. Mike Evans, I believe, is going to play.
He's okay.
But we've got Godwin out. Godwin's out.
Look, he actually didn't look. Mike Evans looked fine last week. He got mugged a couple of times.
Yeah.
Pass interference calls.
Yes.
Otherwise, his game would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just trying to see who else is out.
Corey Davis. How's Corey Davis after his coming out party?
His breakout performance. Well, it's good that they've got Corey Davis because, I mean...
I had to drop someone. No one cares about your fantasy teams, but I had to drop someone off one of them. It's for a kicker. So I had to start a kicker. I didn't really want to start a kicker. I thought I'll get a late game kicker on Monday night. I could pick up three of them were available. I thought, well, I'll just see how I'm going. And it was getting a little bit too close. There was 10 points in it. So I thought if I get a kicker and it gives me 6, that gives me 16 points. In the end, I didn't need the kicker anyway, but I had to drop someone. So I dropped Corey Davis, and he goes and does that. Not that I was going to play him, and then I missed him. I missed getting him in the waiver pickup because they're a day early. No one told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all
Who's the
commish?
Early. Who's the commish of that league? That's
you.
Lousy. Oh,
you. Yeah. So I missed on all of them this week. They all tend to go early. Was it just me?
I think we just have to get into the swing of things again, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Jack Doyle is out for the Colts.
That's not going to hurt anybody, mate, the way Rivers was throwing the ball. Rivers looks exactly the same as Rivers did last year. Sorry.
Yeah, and you know what?
For Colts fans.
I'm apologise to Colt fans for sort of taking pleasure in Philip Rivers being like this, but this is the Rivers I saw last year.
Yes.
So in a way,
exactly the same.
I'm a little bit like, well, I'm not surprised. Like who's surprised?
No, you shouldn't be.
No, he should have hung up.
He wasn't become a different person just because he's got a different uniform on.
And you know, this is a bigger question, and I know it's hard. Actually, I don't know it's hard because I've never been in this position. But these quarterbacks who just play a year or two too many.
Yes.
Like, just hang it up.
Maybe he's planning on having more kids. He just needs that little bit more coin.
Oh, man, he's got plenty of coin. Yeah.
Maybe he's just working out he wants, $10 million per kid. I have no idea how much money he's making.
But there are so many quarterbacks.
Kids cost a lot of money these days.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Especially if they, go to uni and do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, we're always, like, quarterbacks always seem to be going like that year 2 long. It just tarnishes their
Yeah.
reputation and career.
And look, you probably find that the culture of half a chance. I don't know if they are now.
No,
I honestly don't.
No, I don't think so. No,
I thought the Jags were good. I didn't think they were great.
No,
I thought they were good.
Yep.
Gardner Minshew's getting a lot of praise this week. But he only threw 19 to 20, which is a pretty good hit rate.
Yeah.
But mate, if you're gonna throw only attempt 20 passes each week, you're not gonna get 3 touchdowns all the time. I don't reckon.
No.
So exactly. And the Colts D looked like week 1. They didn't look like the Colts D.
No. Yep. Good point. Any other rookies that you wanted to mention or that you like the look of?
Oh yeah, I reckon Henry Rhodes looked fantastic.
Oh, nice.
And I actually thought that when he got an injury, I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly what happened to him during the game, but when he went off, the whole offense didn't look as good. Like they came away with the win, and he came back on a bit later, but when he was on the field, the offense looked more complete. And then he went out. It's like it messed with the whole, the vortex of the offense. Yeah, but I really liked what I saw. That's just a vibe that I felt when he went off with the injury.
Yeah,
he was one. I'm trying to think who else. What about from the defensive side? Who did you see any on the defensive side? I didn't. Did McQueen?
Yeah, he had a good game.
I should say McQueen. I mean Queen.
Yeah, he had a great game. Yeah, he's straight away locked in.
I'm paying more attention to the offense, so I'm not really.
Yeah, no, he's straight away locked in as an every down player. Another player that looked good was Kenneth Murray in the middle of the Chargers D, but they lost Drew Tranquil, so Murray's basically. He was going to be a full-time linebacker, I think, anyway, but now more so. Jeremy Chin, the Panthers looked great. Chase Young, obviously.
Chase Young did look good. The whole front looked fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, well, they do. They do have a good defensive front.
Like, what was it, 8 sacks?
Oh, was it 8?
8? Yeah,
well,
I think it was 8 sacks. I could have sworn he was sacked 8 times in a row. Mate, he was. Wentz was so under the pump. Like, my God, this just. I felt he was going to take off the helmet one stage and screw this. Put the back hip in. I'm not put up with this.
Snap the ball and then just have a couple of 300-pound guys just ram you into the dirt. That's not fun.
No fun at all, mate. No fun at all. Yeah.
Oh, but look, Chase Young out of the gate looked brilliant. And yeah, there were other performances. Those were the main ones I sort of thought of anyway.
Yes.
But kind of, in ways I was sort of surprised given the lack of preseason. But, wow. So far, it looks like a pretty good rookie class, if this is an indication.
Okay, now, as for it won't be long, I don't think, until we start to see Tua, because I don't know how long Miami can put up with Fitzmagic or with Fitzmagic stuff.
They're getting the Fitz tragic at the moment.
Oh, mate. It's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde during the game.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just a weird thing. I think he has that mindset. He goes that sort of, I know I'm not a starter. I'm always a fill-in.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to air it out or do whatever, And that's what he does. And sometimes it works, and when it doesn't, it's really bad. And when it does, it's great. But yeah, I don't know how long the Dolphins can keep putting up with that each week.
There's a reason why he's not really ever been a full-time starter in the league.
Yes, yeah, that's a fair call.
He's been a bit of a journeyman, so.
Oh yeah, for this exact reason.
Yeah.
He's not consistent. Like, you don't have to be great, man. Just be consistently good and not turn the ball over as much.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, our usual format for weekly previews.
You haven't done any homework, any research?
No, but I'm going to do it now.
You're going to on the fly?
I can do it on the fly. So
you do it on the fly, okay.
We're looking at
the
top. We're looking at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. But we're
same as last year.
Kind of looking at like a standard format league where you pick two, right? Or you just pick one. We're just picking one.
Oh, mate, I've got more than one. I've got, like, in wide receivers, I've got 4 guys because I figured you weren't going to do any. So I've covered your ass as well.
Oh, you're a champion. Well, I'll chip in. I will chip in.
Oh, you will?
Yes.
Okay. Quarterback's a little bit different because it's only the top 12.
Yeah, top 12. So we're picking one in the top 12 to come out.
Yes.
And one outside the top 12 to come in. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to start then?
Yeah, okay. Well, my in this week will be at number 13, so he's just on the periphery anyway, and that's Ben Roethlisberger. He's up against Denver. We saw Ryan Tannehill. This was a sleepy game last week. Is it, just before we talk about, is it, I know Derrick Henry runs as though he's looks lazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that lethargic, but he's just a thumper, mate. He's just a big guy, you know?
Yes.
But he's going to need a couple of games.
Yes.
He looks slower than usual, and he still picks up over 100 yards.
It took him a while. To get going.
Yeah. But, I have Ben Roethlisberger. Ryan Tannehill went for 249 and 2 last week.
Mm-hmm.
In, like I said, in an uninspiring game to watch, actually.
Yes.
I was happy when it got near the end, I could just turn it off and move on to the next one. He did his numbers too, Tannehill, last week with no real input from AJ Brown either.
Yeah.
So I just think Ben has far more weapons than what Denver saw last week, and we could see Eric Ebron, because we know that Denver's never been able to cover tight ends. And
Jonnu Smith did okay. He got a bit of action. He did definitely get a bit of.
That's got nothing. That's got nothing to do with Ben, but that's okay. But Ben looked a little bit rusty at first too.
Yep.
I need to go back and have a look at his throwing action. I just thought he was throwing the ball a little bit differently. I'll go have a look at before he got the injury. But he walked away last week with 3 touchdowns up against the Giants, which is not going to be hard for teams to score on the Giants, I don't think, this year. But once he got going, he was, Juju twice, Washington for the other touchdown. So they ran the ball really well, which helps out Ben, and I think it's going to. He could find himself very easily in the top 12 quarterbacks this week.
Very nice, very nice. No, I really like that pick, and I can see reasons why. I'm just looking at the ones that are outside the top 12 now. I can see reasons why you wouldn't pick a lot of them.
I've taken the 13th guy. It's not hard. He only has to move up one spot.
Yes. But you know what? I'm going to go with, I don't know, you might have him as one of your guys as well. I'm going to go with Jared Goff at Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch the game?
Did I watch the Rams game?
Yeah.
I did not watch the Rams game. I know he didn't. I know that Goff didn't necessarily have good numbers out of that game, though.
No. Robert Woods.
Robert Woods, new contract.
I don't have enough of him in any of my teams.
No, underrated, and did sign a new contract, which was, I'm just looking it up as we speak, $68 million, 4 years, $32 million guaranteed, $68 million extension. So that's serious money, but the guy deserves it. The guy definitely deserves it. But at Philadelphia, I think look, we talk about the Eagles having, Carson Wentz spending a lot of time in the grass. He's going to come up against Aaron Donald and co. With that Rams D, and that could be equally trying. But also, I'm a fan of Jared Goff and that passing attack, plenty of weapons. We talk about, Woods, obviously, and Kupp and Higbee. and the running attack, which looks like it's being headed up by Malcolm Brown this week.
Oh yeah, he just ran all over.
He looked good. Yeah,
against Dallas last week. So I don't know if that's got something to do with the start of the season or now we're not talking about Dallas now, but they've lost 2 more linebackers, I think, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Oh God, good for the Falcons.
Yeah,
this coming week. But yeah, it's not a great week from Goff. And he didn't see anything that inspired me to put him in the top 12. 20 from 31, 275 yards and 1 INT. And he just seems to. This is your job. Do your job. This is where the ball goes. Just run the ball. I'll tell you when to throw it. He's just a puppet of the head coach, which is fine.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's weird.
But
it's weird to say this, but because there's nothing that tangible about it, but I almost feel like you see more kind of passion in Joe Burrow already. Joe Burrow looks, kind of he's pretty cool, but he looks pretty focused,
Yeah, I know what you mean, but everybody's got a different personality. How they go about things, don't they?
They do.
We see Philip Rivers. We know what Philip Rivers is. He just goes off his nut.
Yeah,
not everybody's like that.
No.
And Goff's not that. But that was really uninspiring last week. So that's a big call from you to put him in the top.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Goff truther.
Yeah, you are.
But let's pull a player out of the top 12.
Oh, okay. Well, my play going out of the top 12 is at number 9. It's Deshaun Watson.
Ooh, wow.
Up against Baltimore this week. He's at home, but he's up against Baltimore. And look, if they're smart about it, the Ravens gave up 5.1 yards a carry last week. So maybe there might be a bit more of David Johnson, who looked good.
Yeah.
He looked very good.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Sort of didn't get used as much. It didn't seem to get used as much in the second half.
I know. That was very strange.
Bill O'Brien's he's just a weird cat. I don't understand him. I don't get the Randall Cobb thing. I think he popped up with like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, 5 minutes to go. Where's he been the whole game? They were struggling to move the ball.
Yeah.
Everything's going to Will Fuller. Will Fuller's lucky to get, you're going to put him in your lineup. But
yeah.
Don't be prepared that he might not be there for the second half or after the first quarter or.
Yep. But
you got to throw the ball around a bit more to people. I've just got Deshaun Watson in there. If they can take away Fuller out of the game, I don't think how he's putting up any numbers. Brandon Cooks was a non-event.
Yep.
Last week,
he was dinged up. He was dinged up.
Yeah. But, Cobb didn't see – he didn't get a grass stain on anything last week, Randall Cobb.
No.
Mate, didn't even have to wash the jersey. Don't worry, mate. Just hang it back up. Doesn't even smell. Didn't even sweat in it. So –
yeah.
They're up against a far better defense this week too.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Baltimore, in the Ravens. So what do you have? Watson last week, 253, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. 27. Yeah, he did have the rushing TD, but if you take that away, which you can't take it away, but if you take away rush, because TDs are hard enough to predict, but rushing TDs for a quarterback probably even harder. So you take that away, and it's a pretty average score.
Yes,
pretty average score.
Yeah.
So I see him as being the one that's dropping out this week. And can I just say, how about you use a bit more of Akins?
Oh, hell yeah.
Mate, did you see he called the ball and ducked underneath a tackle? Like the dude's 6'5". He ducked under the tackle like he's 5'10".
Yes. Yep.
And acceleration out of that position.
Yep.
Just get him more of the ball for God's sake. I think he had maybe 2 catches for the night.
Yes. Yep. Oh yeah. Look, it's very, very strange and see, Bill O'Brien, I'm with you there. I just don't understand it. And also, you know what? They definitely miss Nuke. We knew, obviously, you can't take
No,
DeAndre Hopkins out of any team and not notice he's gone. But it felt really obvious.
Yes. And with Deshaun, what you look at that, they scored 13 points in the last quarter, but by then, the Chiefs had pretty much gone, whatever. This is a long season. It's the first game.
Yep.
We've packed up. We're halfway through. We've cleaned the table, starting to wipe it down. Move on next week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to pick. Did you have another one?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I was going to say, if you had another one, I bet it's this guy. I'm going to go Cam Newton. He's at number 11.
Dude, he is going to get lit up this week. Yeah. You know by who too?
Jamal Adams.
Oh, he's got to ring his doorbell more than once. And he's going to leave the little pile of flaming poo on the front and he's going to disappear. No, you know what he's going to do? He's just going to stand there and wait for you to open the door. He's not a runaway, hide behind the tree type of guy.
No. Cam's numbers look good, but that's mostly because he ran 15 times for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns over the Finns, right? Now, as you mentioned, two differences, right? Add in Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams. Man, if Cam tries that, he's going to get his bell rung. It's going to be something. And his passing was average.
So I was going to say, I've never been a big fan of the way that Cam, and this is going back, we've spoken about this for years and years. I don't think Cam takes a hit very well.
No, I don't. I agree.
He takes a hit because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So he can absorb it, but he doesn't. It's only his size that is saving his ass at the moment.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
He doesn't prepare well for a hit.
Yes. He was actually reasonably accurate, 15 of 19 for 155. But, they don't have a lot in the passing attack. They don't have a lot of weapons, No. And their running backs are just kind of all over the place. I don't know.
If you pass it, just find Edelman.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, unfortunately, I think that he's not going to be a good selection this week.
No, and you look at Jamal Adams. They don't have a tight end in New England. So last week he was really spying on Hayden Hurst.
Yeah,
he lit Hayden Hurst up a couple of times.
Yep.
Hayden Hurst a bit stiff last week too. Should have had a few penalties called his way.
Absolutely.
And would have had a better week too. But he'll be spying Cam Newton this week.
Yes,
that's his job.
Yeah.
And Cam's going to know it too.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Well, he's going to know it if he runs and Jamal Adams is there coming down at him.
He is going to know it.
He looked good too, didn't he, Adams? Oh, he was pumped.
I must confess, I didn't have big doubts because Jamal Adams is an absolute stud. But I thought, I wonder if he's going to be quite as good in that Seattle D as he was at the Jets. Because at the Jets, he was like the dude, right? Now he comes into a defense which is, admittedly very fluid, like players just all over the place, and they often play, quite a lot of deep, 5 guys deep across the back and all sorts of things. But man, no, he looks fantastic. And it's like worth the investment, 100%.
Well, that's what I was probably as more. Are you going to get the investment that you put into him?
Hell yeah!
But mate, if this is what he's going to give you, mate, and then some,
because he'll win games. He'll win you literally.
Oh, yeah.
He's worth games. He's worth.
He makes guys look. Like receivers look. Where is he?
Oh, hell yes.
It gets in your head.
Yeah, because you're going to get absolutely cleaned up. So let's go to running back, and we draw the line at running back after 24.
24, yep.
So we're looking at the moment, and you can start. We're looking for a running back outside the top 24 that you're going to bring in this week. And, this is based on week 2 projections, by the way, on Fantasy Pros.
Yes, PPR.
Half PPR. Or is it PPR?
Half. I went full.
Oh, I'll change to full then.
I don't do anything by halves, mate.
Okay.
If I screw up, I'm going to screw up big time, not half-hearted.
Yeah.
So my in this week is Latavius Murray, who's at number 35. I think you'll find there, AJ.
He is, yeah.
Even though it's PPR, he's not a PPR guy, obviously, with Kamara being there.
Yeah.
But they're playing the Death Star too, which is the Death Star the best you could come up with for the name of the Raiders?
Well, actually, it's not bad. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but mate, look what happened to the Death Star. They built like 3 of them, haven't they?
Yes.
And none of them have ever lasted that long. Mate, as soon as they're built, they're getting blown up. Don't they? They use it once or twice, and then the thing's useless.
Oh man, someone's going to throw something in a rubbish bin on one of the corridors, and all of a sudden the whole thing's going to just go.
Just going to implode on itself. Someone's going to run into something that's the weak point of the whole structure. You know, and the whole thing's just going to collapse. And we wish that happened. If that's going to happen, we hope it's why there's nobody in there. You know, maybe this week.
Yes.
It doesn't fall on the players. Just the stands.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, look, I've got Latavius Murray this week. No Michael Thomas. No. So maybe you might find that they might start using Alvin Kamara in a different sort of way. We've seen him line up in the slot. We've seen him line up out wide.
Yes.
We know he's still going to play in the backfield for some, but maybe this week it's just like, okay, we're just going to leave the heavy lifting to Latavius Murray in the run game.
Yep.
Because, mate, they are thin-ish at wide receiver. So especially with Michael Thomas, what he caught, what was it, 275 targets he had last year?
Yes.
It's basically, what was it, 45% of everything that was thrown last year went to Michael Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He got shut down big time. And we'll talk about someone coming up. They're going to drop out because of he's playing on the same guy this week.
Okay.
But, yeah, I just think maybe Latavius Murray. And Latavius Murray looked good when he had the ball in his hands last week. I've always been a bit of a Latavius Murray fan.
Yep.
I don't mind that upright sort of style. You know, it works for Henry. Granted, the guy's probably 100 pounds heavier. He's built like a brick shithouse.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my in this week.
Okay. My in might be a little bit of a gimme, but I'm going to go with Malcolm Brown. He's at number 32. Mm-hmm. It's risky because I know it is a bit of a timeshare. I don't think they're ready to give Cam Akers the reins immediately. Certainly, he carried the ball 18 times for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. You're not likely to get, the 2 touchdowns again necessarily. You can't bank on that. But he did take the bulk of the carries. Cam Akers carried the ball 15 times.
I don't think Cam Akers looked over impressive at all.
No, so I
think
think
his first game. He's a rookie, but
yeah, and I think that they will lean on. Look, they've got Malcolm Brown, so they will lean on him a little bit. They can afford to, right? So
they've got Darryl Henderson still waiting in the wings.
They do as well.
They do as well. Him.
Now the Philly run D is a little bit better, so it's kind of in ways a risky play. But they're also a bit banged up as well. The Philly D. I think Brandon Graham is playing, but he's a little bit. He might be questionable, and the linebacker core is a little bit underwhelming. So there's a few things happening there. So I think that Malcolm Brown.
Offensive line.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. So Malcolm Brown.
Okay, good one. Well, I've got another one here.
Yep.
I'm going to throw in J.K. Dobbins, who's 29, so he's just outside because it's hello red zone work.
Ah, yes. Yep.
Mate, give me the guy who's going to get the ball when you get down there. Sorry, Mark Ingram, who looked okay. Okay.
Well, Ingram only had 10 touches. Yeah, Dobbins 7.
He looked okay. Well, mate, they just throw the ball.
Yes. Yep.
Mate, watching Jackson throw the ball, mate, I love those guys that just flick it around. Kyler Murray's another one.
Yeah.
I was a massive fan of Michael Vick.
Yes.
I do like the big arm sort of, drive it in there, the Staffords and all that. But those guys that make throwing the football like you're throwing a tennis ball, just flicking it with your wrist.
Yeah.
So I've got J.K. Dobbins. I think you probably see get more carries this week. What else have I got?
And obviously, Edwards-Helaire carved up the Texans last week.
He did, yeah. So that probably I did that, mate. That's why I'm confused. I didn't write down who they're actually playing against. That would have helped me out a lot more, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're at Houston. So
yes. So I just think you're going to find him it will get a few more carries. And like you said, yeah, what Clyde Hilaire did to the Texans in week 1.
Yes.
You're going to find that happen again. I think the linebackers too are going to find it a little bit more difficult this week.
Yes.
Against the Ravens.
Yeah.
With the way that Jackson plays, which always helps his running backs. They don't look good against that style of quarterback.
Mm.
I don't think Cunningham looked that great last week. He looked a bit at sea.
Yeah. No. I agree. Yep.
He's a weird dude, actually, Cunningham, if we talk about defense sometimes.
Sure.
It's just, I don't know, man. He's an excellent linebacker, but sometimes he's just like he takes plays off.
Mm. Yeah, he's out of position, I find sometimes, and you think, ugh.
Yes.
What?
It should be his tackle, and yet someone's come across and done it, and he's standing there going, "Oh, yeah. Thanks for that."
That's right.
It's not like a Blake Martinez. It's just like it's all bulldog the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yep.
So J.K. Dobbins.
Okay, very nice. Now, what about some guys we're going to pull out of the top 24? We don't really want anything to do with.
Out. Well, I've got a couple of big outs this year. I've got Melvin Gordon.
Oh, I was going to say Melvin Gordon. That's all right. I'll pick another one. Yeah, Melvin Gordon. I agree, 100%. I'm not a Gordon fan, though.
No.
Now, Philip Lindsay's not playing. I don't know if that changes your mind.
Oh, no, I know Lindsay's not playing, but I think last week you saw what happened with the Steelers and their defense. Like, oh my God, like they seriously just lit up the Giants' O-line last week. Like, mate, all credit to Daniel Jones, mate. That dude sits in the pocket. I know we're not talking about Daniel Jones, but it just is. But man, got to give it to him. He just stays. I thought Daniel Jones, except for the first interception, was just, mate, you're trying to drive the ball in there, and the guy catches the ball 5 yards away and just sticks in his hands. That's just most of the time that's just going to bounce out of his hands. Yeah. The second one, dude, just take the hit and hold on to the ball. That was just a really poor. After was it 19-play drive or whatever? Yeah. He looked really good, Daniel Jones, last week. But we're talking about Melvin Gordon. But I'm just talking about the Pittsburgh defense was just ferocious last week. Well, I mean, and I just think and granted the Giants O-line's not full of pro ballers and whatnot, but I just think this week they're going to have their hands cut out and trying to run against that defense. Well, because look what happened to Saquon Barkley. What was it?
6 yards on 15 carries.
15 carries for 6 yards. Yeah. And I see Melvin Gordon probably being a little bit more physical than Saquon Barkley, to be honest. Yeah, I think Melvin Gordon will run into a pile harder than Saquon Barkley will. Yes, but he'll try and skirt around the outside, which is fine if you can do it. But sometimes you just got to. But I feel like the reason for that, having watched Melvin Gordon for almost his whole career, I feel like the reason for that is because I just don't think he's as smart a football player as Saquon Barkley is. Oh, no. Or not as talented either, And not obviously. Athletic or... No. That doesn't have that. No. And I just think this linebacking core in Pittsburgh is just going to be all over Melvin Gordon. Right?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Definitely. I 100% agree with you. So I have to pick another one. Let me go with I'm getting a bit high up the list there. I think Rojo had a decent game, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, he looked good.
He did look good.
Leonard Fournette looked appalling when he came on for the short.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he got much of the ball either. I don't think he got much of the ball.
There's a massive... Rojo is the far better running back.
Look, I'd probably... You know what? I'm going to go with Mark Ingram, and I know he's on number 24, but kind of for the same reason that you picked J.K. Dobbins. I think it'd be hard to start Mark Ingram just because it's such a split in the backfield there. And with Dobbins getting the goal line work, it becomes a bit of a losing proposition, really.
So if you had, which some people will, because you might have the number 2 guy. If you had Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, are you starting J.K. Dobbins? I would be, based on the fact that if they get down, which they will.
Oh, yeah.
Get down to the goal line, that J.K. Dobbins is going to be the guy that more than likely.
I think I probably. Yes, I think I probably would. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Because it's a bit like you feel like having both of them would be a good thing in your lineup, right?
Yes.
Because you think, Ingram probably first half of the year and then JK maybe second half of the year. But it's actually, it's not really like that.
No, not with what we saw last week when the ball got down to the goal line, no.
And we've only got one game evidence, I guess, as well. But anyway, we will see.
Okay, second guy.
Yep.
I've got another guy. I got Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Up against the Rams this week. You know, he's been practicing full and he's ready to go, and leaving him out was just more of a precaution the first week. But look, notwithstanding the fact that, you know, Zeke went for 22 and 96 yards and a T against the Rams last week.
Yeah.
But his offensive line's a hell of a lot better than this Philly one.
Yes.
We've already spoken about how they got absolutely lit up last week. Not only did they get lit up, they got absolutely torched. So I just think if he can get back to the line, that's going to be a win.
Yes.
We should give, as soon as he gets the handoff, we should count his yards from there. Not once he's passed the line, because he might get some. Look, what might save him is that the Rams weren't that great in covering Zeke in the open as pass catching, so maybe they'll use him. And Sanders is a great pass catcher. So that's how he might make up his numbers. But if he's going to try and run through this Rams D, and they made it hard last week on the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Aaron Donald was forever shaking hands with Dak Prescott.
Yes.
High five. Okay.
All right, let's keep this moving along, G.
Elbow touch, whatever you have to do these days.
That's right. Let's keep things moving along. Let's go across to wide receiver now. And again, the line we're cutting off at is 24. So give me someone outside the top 24, G, you're going to bring in.
I'm bringing in Alan Lazard, who's at number 46, up against Detroit this week.
Nice. He looks good.
He did look good. Well,
but Rogers looked good.
Rogers looked great. And this is everybody says he's going to play pissed off and he's going to be angry and he's going to, you know, show them all in Green Bay and, you know. But as I said, mate, why does it take this to – you paid a lot of money. You should be doing this all the time.
Yeah.
Not just when you're pissed off.
No.
Or you're trying to stick it to the coaching, you know, staff. Like, what, mate? Where's this been the whole time? You had these same receivers last year.
Yes. We've said it about Rodgers plenty of times. Like, why does he need – yeah, you're right. Why do you need this intrinsic motivation of like, he's pissed off now. Now he's going to play. Ooh.
Yeah. But he did, mate. He looked amazing last week. We know, look, Adams is going to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
And, It's just he just left off from last year. Just picked up, I should say, from where he left off last year.
Yeah.
So he's going to see a ton. They don't have any tight ends, or effective tight ends anyway.
No.
Valdez Scanning, he'll get his share and he'll drop his share as well. But they used Lazard last week. They used him on jet sweeps a couple of times. He's got a ton of Roger's got a ton of trust in him. The coaching staff has. And I just think that we saw that Trubisky threw for 3 touchdowns last week, and my God, he's going to keep his job for a bit longer. But anyway, so Rodgers could, he's going to get 3, and he could add what he did last week and add a 4th to that.
Yep.
And I see Lazard at least getting one of those.
Yeah, very nice. I like that. Do you have another one for me?
Another in.
If you have one.
Yeah, I have a few. I got 4.
Oh wow!
Run through them quickly.
Go for it.
I got Sammy Watkins at the Chargers this week. He's at number 45, and he's on a roll.
Nice.
Another one who's carrying on from where he left off from the Super Bowl.
He looked very good. And the big question is,
he looked great.
How long do you trust him for?
Well, usually that's it. Yeah. We'll see him again come playoff time. But I'm going to give him one more week.
Okay.
Like we saw, I was watching which means basically nothing, but it's good to hear when Patty Mahomes was mic'd up at training camp and threw a couple of passes to Sammy, and he said he turned around to someone and said he's back.
Right. Okay.
So look, injury free. I just think if you can, I'm going to roll with what I saw last week. And on this offense with that quarterback, mate, and you're at 45, I'm putting in the 24 for sure.
Hell yeah. And given the injuries this week, it's not hard to imagine that, he might get into people's starting lineups because, there's some big names out.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pick one.
Okay.
I really like the play of Anthony Miller.
Oh, he was one of my 4.
Oh, he was. Cool.
Yep.
Now, obviously, the quarterback is a concern, but Anthony Miller looks good. He definitely looks good. 4 for 76 and a touchdown. He did run, I'm just reading here, he ran 22 pass routes compared to A-Rob 36. A-Rob's still the main game in town.
He's still the dude.
Yeah, but there's not a lot else, to be honest.
I don't see there's a massive drop off. To be honest,
no.
From what I saw at Miller in the first game and what we know he can do, took a beautiful catch, going across, jumping, knowing he's going to get hit. I'd like to see that from a receiver. Yeah, total commitment. And look, we saw last week with with the Giants defense too, with a half rusty Ben, still threw 3 TDs.
Yeah.
Against this Giants D, they move the ball easily through the air. The Steelers last week, so I don't think that's saying that's Trubisky throwing the ball, but
yes,
that's what it all comes down to in the end, doesn't it? It's the quarterback.
Absolutely. Well, listen, let's go to some.
They shouldn't have won that game last week either, Chicago. But anyway,
no. Did you want to just really quick? I'm just looking at the time. Do you want to just really quickly mention your other one or two that you had?
No, I've just got Darius Slayton.
Oh, nice. Oh, didn't he look good?
Mate, and this week he goes up against Fuller, and I can't remember the other corner in Chicago, but mate, he had speedier corners on him last week than he's facing this week, and he lit those guys up last week. And Daniel Jones, like I said, mate, he's going to stay in the pocket, and the pass rush is going to be nowhere near what he saw last week.
Yes.
Chicago's good, but they ain't what I saw last week at the Steelers.
Yeah.
So he's going to hang in the pocket. He's going to have plenty of touches, 6 for 102 last week and 2 TDs. And look, his 2 TDs weren't like he had 3 targets and 2 bombs and caught 2 touchdowns, and it was just luck, mate. He got the targets.
Yeah.
And look, I've said this last year, and I say, mate, you stick it. You give him a one-handed catch in the end zone and stick number 13 on there.
Mm.
And I think this guy could be something. Like he could be the next big thing in New York.
Oh, I think he's already something.
Oh, no, but he's not like we all think about Beckham and all that. And I was looking up Beckham's numbers today, and started off with 3,000-yard plus seasons, and X amount of touchdowns.
Right.
But mate, go and have a look. Go have a look at his targets.
Mm. Oh yeah,
he should do that with that many targets.
Hell yeah.
So I'm interested to see what Slayton can do.
Yeah, I know. I love it. Okay, now in terms of outs, I reckon there's an obvious one for me.
Yes.
You want me to give you that one first?
Yeah, give it to me.
I'd go with the guy at number 17.
Oh. Number 17? Who's at 17?
T.Y. Hilton.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, he looked out of sorts last week.
Yeah, Paris Campbell looked good.
Yes.
And also, look, it's the Phillip Rivers factor. Naheem Hines obviously looked fantastic. We knew that would... Well, look, I knew... I'm not going to claim credit. A lot of people said what I was saying, which was, if you've been watching Charger games, Naheem Hines is going to get a lot of action in this offense. And yes, he did.
You watch Charger games?
Yeah. Well, anyone that's watched Phillip Rivers last year knew that Naheem Hines was going to get some attention in this offense, and he did. And Paris Campbell, Jack Doyle, who's now out. But T.Y.
Michael Pittman looks like he won't play.
Oh, really?
Yes, that might help T.Y.
Yeah, it might. But I just don't think Phillip Rivers is going to be helping T.Y. out at all.
No, I don't think he's going to be helping out Indianapolis.
No. So, and obviously they've lost Marlon Mack now as well. So they got Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines in the backfield, which is great. They're going to probably get a lot of ball, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, my out this week is DJ Moore.
Ooh.
Who's number 11 up against Tampa this week. Look, he saw the most targets last week, but only had 4 for 54. Look, Teddy's a smart guy, and he's risk averse, but I'm still not sold that he is a franchise QB. Anderson was the guy last week. In his hand, makes things happen last week.
Yep.
And this week he goes up against Carlton Davis.
Yep.
Who finished off last year in his second year, finished off his last year pretty well against games against Hopkins and Julio, and then backed it up and totally screwed over Michael Thomas this week.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I'm looking at Michael Thomas on the ground. He only had 3 for 17 until he got the injury, but the injury wasn't in the first. I can't remember what it was, but it was. I don't think it was the first half, was it? But look, whatever it was, he'd shut him down.
Yes.
It reminded me of the scene of Constantine. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Where the guy who's got the spear of destiny walks in front of a car.
Right.
And the car hits him.
Yeah.
And then you see the whole car is like wrapped around him.
Yes.
That's what it was like for Michael Thomas playing against Carlton Davis. So I think that's what it's going to be like for DJ Moore this week. So I think DJ Moore needs to have a touchdown this week to crack the top 24.
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to be the guy to get it. I think if I was backing a guy on what I saw of Rodney Anderson last week, I'd say he's the dude.
Yeah.
And
Gee.
is he the skinniest dude playing football?
He could be. He did. He had a great game. Yeah.
He's like my son Noah.
Yeah.
I reckon Noah's probably bigger than him. But
and guys like that.
Tampa's defense is better than they did a very good job last week against, even though they lost against New Orleans.
Yes,
like they had 198 passing yards, but only eight catches for 53 yards came from wide receivers in New Orleans last week.
Yes, yep. Okay, so got any others that you're going to kick out of the top 24?
I've got Cooper Kupp, who's at 12, up against. I know it's up against Philly, but the defense is way better than their offense. The defense is not too bad at all. It's quite good, but mate, I just don't have it there for Goff, as I said about already. When you pick Goff as your quarterback, I think they're going to try and probably run the ball more than throw it.
Yes,
at the moment. And look, and Robert Woods is just taking a massive slice of that pie.
Oh,
he's the Michael Thomas for this year, especially in LA. Is anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
all right, let's keep things moving along. And tight end. Now we only do top 12.
I haven't got anything for tight end. To be honest, I looked at the tight ends today, and I honestly can't. I can't take one out and put one in, because if you've got a good one, it's back to the old boys at the old. If you've got a pole, start them. But look, tight end's deeper this year.
Yes, it is. It's always been a dice throw. I feel like
I can't really find one. The only one I could probably look at is probably maybe Logan Thomas coming into the top 12.
What about Greg Olsen? He got a bit of ball. They've got him at number 21. I reckon he's better than that.
Okay. Yep. I can see that happening.
The old guy's got some juice. And
what did he end up this week? Number 11. He ended up being number 11 tight end this week.
Okay.
On NFL, on the NFL side.
Yeah.
Which is now PPR, I believe. So it's not standard scoring. And Jordan Akins was just outside with 2 catches at number 13. So it's not hard for him to come in.
No.
Either.
No. Anyone in the top 12 that you'd kick out? Ugh. I reckon any of those top 12 you'd start.
If you got anybody in the top 12, you're starting.
They all look really good. I don't know if I'd kick any of them out. TJ Hawkinson, I mean, without Galladay in the lineup especially, so this is the second week in a row.
He caught everything thrown his way.
Yeah, he's a must start.
Yep.
Hayden Hurst, as we both know, was a bit hard done by. They've got him at number 9. Dallas Goedert, didn't he look good? So obviously two Eagles tight ends in the top 12.
Yeah. Maybe Zach Ertz you could drop out.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe Zach Ertz is not happy. I don't know if he's going to – I don't think after what we saw, Goddard keeps playing like that, you can say goodbye to Zach Ertz in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, probably.
He wants a new – he wants a new contract.
Yes, he does, yes.
A bit of a pain in the arse about it, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I did tweet out just before we went on air to see if anyone had any questions.
Yes.
So this one from Macca, who says, do you guys think Green Bay drafting a quarterback was a subtle way to try and push Rodgers to find consistency? If he needs that.
To someone like Aaron Rodgers, mate, Rodgers got to have a really good look at himself.
That's right.
No, seriously. You know, maybe he has got complacent. Maybe he has, and they know he's got complacent. Is Jordan Love the guy that you say? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That to me, if that's what you've done, you've just gone and wasted a pick.
It smacks of a terrible decision. Do you think of the type of wide receiver they could have got at that point in the draft? Oh my goodness!
Look, if he turns out throwing for 35 plus TDs this year and whatnot, you'd probably say, well, it's a good decision.
Yeah. But were they thinking that? Surely not.
I don't know.
I don't know if
only they know that.
They could have had LaVisca Chenault there, couldn't they? They could have had Michael Pittman might have been off the board already. Justin Jefferson was available, I'm pretty sure.
Where did Jordan Love go? So I don't even remember where he went in the draft.
He was a first rounder. He was sort of
Were they?
Toward the end of the first.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was yeah.
Only they know that.
Disgraceful.
And they're going to, if it worked out that Rodgers fell apart, they go, hey, it's a great pick. We've got Jordan Love. And Rodgers being great. They go, hey, we did this on purpose. So,
exactly. A question from, I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Kyle August has sent us a question. If you're in a bar fight, which NFL player would you want to have your back?
I'm not answering this question because it's not from Seth. Who would I have? I actually thought that, and I was thinking, who's big and fast? You know who I thought of?
Who?
Julian Edelman. Mate,
really?
Dude, look at mate. He gets pummeled every week. He gets hammered from pillar to post. The bastard keeps jumping up like nothing happened to him. Mate, it's the size. It's not the size. What is it? What's
the size? The size of the dog.
The size of the fight. It's the size of the
fight and the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a perfect representation.
Well, that's true
of that quote.
Well,
mate, that dude, he just keep coming forward. You could just see him getting hit with punches, and he's just coming forward, and he's just going to gnaw you to bits.
Yeah, no, I like that answer because it's not the obvious one. I was thinking Aaron Donald. I mean, that guy is absolutely ripped and he's massive. But, yeah, I mean, who knows? He might lay down like a – well, no, there's no evidence. There's no evidence for that.
But when on a football field, there's been plenty of instances where people on a football field are a lot scarier than they are in real life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're a bit of a pussy off the field. I'm not saying that about Aaron Donald. Hell no.
No.
I actually thought Myles Garrett, if there was something close he could pick up.
Something round.
Anything. But no, I thought Julian Edelman's probably the type of guy that's just, you won't be able to stop him.
Yeah, well, I like that. A follow-up question from Ben Haller. He says, which NFL player would you like to fight and why?
Oh, jeez. Who would I like to fight? Well, obviously it's not Julian Edelman.
No.
Who's like the worst offensive lineman in the NFL?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking someone like Odell Beckham. Someone who's got like that sort of swami sort of like he'd kick my ass. I think he'd kick my ass. I don't have any doubt. But he's just got this smug sort of like it's the attitude. It's the attitude
I could see him being a bit more of a slapper than a puncher.
You're probably right.
Who would I like to fight? Well, I just mentioned Rodney Anderson because there's nothing of him. You probably put your fist through him.
Yeah.
Who's someone? I don't want to fight anybody too small because they're usually like pit bulls.
Yes.
A running back. And probably be a wide receiver. Probably one of the. Probably someone like Odell Beckham's a pretty good pick actually.
Yeah, because he just has that diva thing that just rubs people up the wrong way.
Yeah, don't hit me in the face. Yeah. Don't wreck my face.
I tell you.
People don't want to get hit.
Yep.
Aren't going to get close to you.
I tell you.
I've been in the ring.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times I didn't want to get hit.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of dancing. A lot of John Travolta. And I reckon he could be a bit like that. Don't wreck the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, maybe Cam Newton too. Except I couldn't reach him.
Cam is a bit of a funny one, isn't he? He's just that he takes the I'm an individual just like 5 steps too far.
I like his style though.
Yeah, occasionally. I like the fact that he's got a style.
He's got style, mate.
Yes.
He's got style. Yeah.
Neil, as a reply,
so we're both taking on tag team on
Odell
Beckham. Okay.
Oh, I know you haven't watched the Thursday night football game. There's a moment towards the end of the game, and obviously the Browns were well in control at this stage, where Baker was sitting on the bench and Odell and Landry came and sat either side of him. And I tell you, Baker, I don't know, he was sort of like trying to look cool, but he didn't look super comfortable in between Odell and Jarvis Landry. Who, I mean, they've both got the coloured hair going, and
maybe he's got a few, issues.
No, I don't think so.
It's not. I don't know, Mum. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying maybe he doesn't feel comfortable.
I just don't think he's as cool.
Being that close.
Or
you think it's from a cool point of view?
Or as much of a diva necessarily. Oh, although, mind you, Mayfield can be a bit sort of,
Oh, please.
Yeah, that's right. Neil Gray, hey, Neil, as a follow-up to that said, why is the answer Stephen Gostkowski? Man, if he didn't nail that...
I started him too.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. He's the one in the one when I spoke about dropping Corey Davis for a kicker.
Yeah,
he's the kicker. I'm thinking, dude, he's going to kick 2 at least, 2 field goals, a couple of extra points. I'm in. I've got 10 points.
Well, he missed 3 and an extra point, didn't he?
Terrible.
So
he missed 2 and an extra point.
No, 3, I think.
3.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was 10 points. I mean, Denver were just kept in the game basically because of Gostkowski.
Yes.
Neil sent us a question. If the Eagles lose this week, who gets hooked first, the coach or the quarterback?
I don't think either.
I don't think either.
When is he talking about? Like at the end of the season? Halfway through?
Yeah, it's a bit premature, I reckon.
Who's the backup in Philadelphia?
Backup quarterback? Idea. No idea.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Oh, look at mate. It wasn't Wentz threw some bad balls. He threw some bad balls. He's got the Brett Favre mentality, but can't whip it in like Brett Favre. He's still got a cannon.
Yeah.
But some of the decisions he makes aren't good. But last week, mate, he was just pound. He didn't have a chance.
No.
He didn't have a chance.
From Ben Harler again. Realistically, how long does Gase last?
Hopefully, end of this week.
Yeah.
I actually give him a little bit of a chance of winning this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
It's up against the 49ers. Jimmy looked terrible.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Mate, go out and get your shares in Nick Mullins.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yep. Nick Mullins is a decent quarterback.
What does Cole Shanahan want? Cole Shanahan wants a guy that this is how we draw up the play. I want you to run the play. Same as Sean McVay with Jared Goff.
Yes.
I want you to run the play because I know it's going to work, right? That's all Jimmy has to do.
Yep.
And Jimmy's not even doing that very well.
No.
And Nick Mullins can do exactly the same thing that Jimmy Garoppolo can do.
Yes.
And Nick Mullins looked fine when he was in there.
Mm. Yes.
I don't know how big Jimmy Garoppolo's leash is. If he gives a couple more games like that and you're in the Super Bowl last year and you miss that throw and he missed some more throws this week.
Yep.
And that's why I say they've got a heap of injuries now this week, a stack of injuries.
Yes. Well, here's a question that dovetails into that then, G.
The Jets, mate, if they're going to beat, if they've got half a chance this week at this season, it might be this game.
From Wilson Davis, who asks, is Brendan Ayuk a thing this week?
Well, he has to be.
Because the Niners, who have they got in the receiving corps? Kendrick Bourne.
Kittle's out.
So you got Bourne.
They're just going to run the ball.
They've signed Sanu.
He's got to pick up the.
He's got to pick up the playbook.
Yeah,
but he has played. He's played with Shanahan before.
He has
in Atlanta.
Yep.
So that's a bonus. But who else do you have then?
I'm trying to think. Dante Pettis.
He's done.
Hey.
He's toast.
Jordan Reed. Big week for
Hey.
Jordan Reed.
Yep. Could be.
Who else? I'm trying to think. They haven't got anybody.
No.
Who's the punt returner?
Is it Trent Taylor?
Well.
Trent Taylor?
I've got Trent Taylor. I'm trying to think who the punt returner is.
Well, Debo's still out, Debo's on IR.
Yeah. So I can't think of it. Is it Richie James? Richie James? Is that right?
Oh, I think jeez.
I think he's out as well. So there's another. Even though the punt return, you can stick him on the field for some snaps. I think he's out.
Man,
they're just going to run the ball. They're going to take all three. They've got 3 running backs there. McKinnon look good.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's going to catch a heap out of the backfield. They're going to pound it with Mossart, and they're going to throw Tevin Coleman in there every now and then. And
mate, look, it's an opportunity for Ayuk in a pretty open offense. Yeah. Open opportunity.
Hopefully he's worked on his hands.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Good. Done.
Well done. Thank you. It's great to have NFL back.
It is good.
Empty stadiums, but I didn't really kind of notice it so much.
No, I wanted to just talk about that quickly before we go. If I watched all the games, so I start to notice the crowd noise being pumped in. But I think there's a few games where they had crowds. I think Jacksonville was one of them.
Yeah.
Which is weird with the amount of with what's going on in Florida and the COVID situation. That's one of the places that has crowds in there. But anyway, social distancing.
Yes.
But I started to listen to the noise. Like how good are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. The crowd noise. Some of the teams were pathetic. It was like being at a party when all you hear is mumbling, or a club with no music going.
Yeah.
And you just hear people talking. It's just But there was a couple of teams that did a fantastic, and I actually wrote it down, and I wish I could remember who it was, but at least 2 of the teams, one in particular, did a fantastic job of having the crowd noise at the perfect time with the cheers at the right time, and
nice.
I wish I could have remembered who it was, because they deserve a special mention, because that was very well done.
All right. Well, maybe we'll follow that up next time. We'll have a good listen, both of us.
Yeah.
This week.
Oh, here we go. It was whoever is doing it at the Washington football team's home ground. I don't know what it's called now. I've no idea.
No idea.
No. But, the Washington Eagles game was by far the best crowd noise.
Oh, wonderful.
Very well worked.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you, G. On that note, let's wrap it up. First one's in the books for us, and it's great to have NFL back, and good for us to we'll get in a nice regular season rhythm.
Yes, we will.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope your teams had some success. It is going to be a bit of a rough ride this season. Interesting times, for sure. But listen, great to be back. So anyway, on behalf of G and myself, have a good one. See you later.
What was it? Catch you next time.
Thanks. See you next time.
Catch you next time.
Catch you next time. Okay, there you go. You said it.